All right, guys, we're going to do reading time, okay? We have a short story. Are you ready? This was published in The Skeptical Inquirer, fall of 1989, volume 14, number 1, pages 35 to 44. The title is The Relativity of Wrong by Isaac Asimov. I received a letter the other day. It was handwritten in crabbed penmanship, so that it was very difficult to read. Nevertheless, I tried to make it out, just in case it might prove to be important. In the first sentence, the writer told me he was majoring in English literature, but felt he needed to teach me science. I sighed a bit, for I knew very few English literature majors who were equipped to teach me science, but I am very aware of the vast state of my ignorance, and I am prepared to learn as much as I can from anyone. So I read on. It seemed that in one of my innumerable essays, I had expressed a certain gladness at living in a century in which we finally got the basis of the universe straight. I didn't go into detail in the matter, but what I meant was that we now know the basic rules governing the universe, together with the gravitational interrelationships of its gross components, as shown in the theory of relativity worked out between 1905 and 1916. We also know the basic rules governing the subatomic particles and their interrelationships, since these are very neatly described by the quantum theory worked out between the 1900 and 1930. What's more, we have found that the galaxies and clusters of galaxies are the basic units of the physical universe, as discovered between 1920 and 1930. These are all 20th century discoveries, you see. The young specialist in English Lit, having quoted me, went on to lecture me severely on the fact that in every century people have thought they understood the universe at last, and in every century they were proved to be wrong. It follows that the one thing we can say about our modern knowledge is that it is wrong. The young man then quoted with approval what Socrates had said on learning that the Delphic oracle had proclaimed him the wisest man in Greece. "If I am the wisest man," said Socrates, "it is because I alone know that I know nothing." The implication was that I was very foolish because I was under the impression that I knew a great deal. My answer to him was, "John, when people thought the earth was flat, they were wrong. When people thought the earth was spherical, they were wrong. But if you think that thinking the earth is spherical is just as wrong as thinking the earth is flat, then your view is wronger than both of them put together." The basic trouble, you see, is that people think that right and wrong are absolute, that everything that isn't perfectly and completely right is totally and equally wrong. When my friend, the English literature expert, tells me that in every century, scientists think they have worked out the universe and are always wrong. Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped a thing. However, I don't think that's so. It seems to me that right and wrong are fuzzy concepts, and I will devote this essay to an explanation of why I think so. In the early days of civilization, the general feeling was that the earth was flat. This was not because people were stupid or because they were intent on believing silly things. They felt it was flat on the basis of sound evidence. It was not just a matter of, that's how it looks, because the earth does not look flat. It looks chaotically bumpy with hills, valleys, ravines, cliffs, and so on. Of course, there were plains where, over limited areas, the earth's surface does look fairly flat. One of those plains is in the Tigris-Euphrates area, where the first historical civilization, one with writing, developed, that of the Sumerians. Perhaps it was the appearance of the plain that persuaded the clever Sumerians to accept the generalization that the earth was flat, that if you somehow evened out all the elevations and depressions, you would be left with flatness. Contributing to the notion may have been the fact that stretches of water, such as ponds and lakes, looked pretty flat on quiet days. Another way of looking at it is to ask what is the curvature of the Earth's surface over a considerable length. But how does the surface deviate, on the average, from perfect flatness? the flat Earth theory would make it seem that the surface doesn't deviate from flatness at all, that its curvature is 0 to the mile. Nowadays, of course, we are taught that the flat Earth theory is wrong, that it is all wrong, terribly wrong, absolutely. But it isn't. The curvature of the Earth is nearly 0 per mile, so that although the flat Earth theory is wrong, it happens to be nearly right. That's why the theory lasted so long. There were reasons, to be sure, to find the flat Earth theory unsatisfactory, and, in about 350 BC, the Greek philosopher Aristotle summarized them. First, certain stars disappeared beyond the southern hemisphere as one traveled north, and beyond the northern hemisphere as one traveled south. Second, the Earth's shadow on the moon during a lunar eclipse was always the arc of a circle. Third, here on the Earth itself, ships disappeared beyond the horizon whole first in whatever direction they were traveling. All three observations could not be reasonably explained if the Earth's surface were flat, but could be explained by assuming the Earth was to be a sphere. What's more, Aristotle believed that all solid matter tended to move toward a common center, and if solid matter did this, it would end up a sphere. A given volume of matter is, on the average, closer to a common center if it is a sphere than if it is any other shape whatever. About a century after Aristotle, the Greek philosopher Eratosthenes? I'm going to go with that, noted that the sun casts a shadow of different lengths at different latitudes. Eratosthenes. Yeah, I'm going with that. At different latitudes, all the shadows would be the same length if the Earth's surface was flat. From the difference in shadow length, he calculated the size of the earthly sphere, and it turned out to be 25,000 miles in circumference. The curvature of such a sphere is about 0.000126 per mile, a quantity very close to 0 per mile, as you can see, and one not easily measured by the techniques at the disposal of the ancients. The disposal of the ancients. The tiny difference between 0 and 0.000126 accounts for the fact that it took so long to pass from the flat Earth to the spherical Earth. Mind you, even a tiny difference, such as that between 0 and 0.000126, can be extremely important. That difference mounts up. The Earth cannot be mapped over large areas with any accuracy at all if the difference isn't taken into account, and if the Earth isn't considered a sphere rather than a flat surface. Long ocean voyages can't be undertaken with any reasonable way of locating one's own position in the ocean unless the Earth is considered spherical rather than flat. Furthermore, the flat Earth presupposes the possibility of an infinite Earth, or of the existence of an end to the surface. The spherical Earth postulates that an Earth that is both endless and yet finite, and it is the latter postulate that is consistent with all later findings. So, although the flat Earth theory is only slightly wrong, and is a credit to its inventors, all things considered, it is wrong enough to be discarded in favor of the spherical Earth theory. And yet, is the Earth a sphere? No, it is not a sphere. Not in a strict mathematical sense. A sphere has certain mathematical properties. For instance, all diameters, that is, all straight lines that pass from one point on its surface through the center to another point on its surface, have the same length. That, however, is not true of the Earth. Various diameters of the Earth differ in length. What gave people the notion the Earth wasn't a sphere? To begin with, the sun and the moon have outlines that are perfect circles within the limits of measurement in the early days of the telescope. That is consistent with the supposition that the sun and the moon are perfectly spherical in shape. However, when Jupiter and Saturn were observed by the first telescopic observers, it became quickly apparent that the outlines of those planets were not circles, but distinct ellipses. That meant that Jupiter and Saturn were not true spheres. Isaac Newton, toward the end of the 17th century, showed that a massive body would form a sphere under the pull of gravitational forces, exactly as Aristotle had argued, but only if it were not rotating. If it were rotating, a centrifugal effect would be set up that would lift the body's substance against gravity, and this effect would be greater the closer to the equator you progressed. The effect would also be greater the more rapidly a spherical object rotated, and Jupiter and Saturn rotated very rapidly indeed. The Earth rotated much more slowly than Jupiter or Saturn, so the effect should be smaller, but it should still be there. Actual measurements of the curvature of the Earth were carried out in the 18th century, and Newton was proved correct. The Earth has an equatorial bulge. In other words, it is flattened at the poles. It is an oblate spheroid rather than a sphere. This means that the various diameters of the Earth differ in length. The longest diameter are any of those that stretch from one point on the equator to an opposite point on the equator. This equatorial diameter is 12,755 kilometers, or 7,927 miles. The shortest diameter is from the North Pole to the South Pole, and this polar diameter is 12,711 kilometers, or 7,900 miles. The difference between the longest and shortest diameters is 44 kilometers, and that means that the oblateness of the Earth, its departure from true sphericity, is 44 over 12,755, or 0.0034. This amounts to 1/3 of 1%. To put it another way, on a flat surface, curvature is 0 per mile everywhere. On the Earth's spherical surface, curvature is 0.000126 per mile everywhere, or 8 inches per mile. On the Earth's oblate spheroidal surface, the curvature varies from 7.937 inches to the mile to 8.027 inches to the mile. The correction is going from spherical to oblate spheroidal is much smaller than going from flat to spherical. Therefore, although the notion of the Earth as a sphere is wrong, strictly speaking, it's not as wrong as the notion that the Earth is flat. Even the oblate spheroidal notion of the Earth is wrong, strictly speaking. In 1958, when the satellite Vanguard 1 was put into orbit around the Earth, it was able to measure the local gravitational pull of the Earth, and therefore its shape, with unprecedented precision. It turned out that the equatorial bulge south of the equator was slightly bulgier than the bulge north of the equator, and that the South Pole sea level was slightly nearer the center of the Earth than the North Pole sea level was. There seemed no other way of describing this than by saying the Earth was pear-shaped, and at once many people decided that the Earth was nothing like a sphere, but was shaped like a barlet pear dangling in space. Actually, the pear-like deviation from oblate spheroid perfect was a matter of yards rather than miles, and the adjustment of curvature was in the millionths of an inch per mile. In short, my English lit friend, living in a mental world of absolute rights and wrongs may be imagining that because all theories are wrong, the Earth may be thought spherical now, but cubical next century, and a hollow isohedron the next, and a donut shape the one after. What actually happens is that once scientists get a hold of a good concept, they gradually refine and extend it with greater and greater subtlety as their instruments of measurements improve. Theories are not so much wrong as incomplete. This can be pointed out in many cases other than just the shape of the Earth. Even when a new theory seems to represent a revolution, it usually arises out of small refinements. If something more than a small refinement were needed, then the old theory would never have endured. Copernicus switched from an Earth-centered planetary system to a sun-centered one. In doing so, he switched from something that was obvious to something that was apparently ridiculous. However, it was a matter of finding better ways of calculating the motion of the planets in the sky, and eventually the geocentric theory was just left behind. It was precisely because the old theory gave results that were fairly good by the measurement standards of the time that kept it in being so long. Again, it is because the geological formations of the Earth change so slowly and the living things upon it evolve so slowly that it seemed reasonable at first to suppose that there was no change and that the Earth and life have always existed as they do today. If that were so, it would make no difference whether the Earth and life were billions of years old or thousands. Thousands were easier to grasp. But when careful observation showed that the Earth and life were changing at a rate that was very tiny but not zero, then it became clear that the Earth and life had to be very old. Modern geology came into being, and so did the notion of biological evolution. If the rate of change were more rapid, geology and evolution would have reached their modern state in ancient times. It is only because the difference between the rate of change in a static universe and the rate of change in an evolutionary one is that between zero and very nearly zero, and that creationists can continue propagating their folly. Since the refinements in theory grow smaller and smaller, even quite ancient theories must have been sufficiently right to allow advances to be made, advances that were not wiped out by subsequent refinements. The Greeks introduced the notion of latitude and longitude, for instance, and made reasonable maps of the Mediterranean basin, even without taking sphericity into account, and we still use latitude and longitude today. The Sumerians were probably the first to establish the principle that planetary movement in the sky exhibit regularly and can be predicted, and they proceeded to work out ways of doing so, even though they assumed the Earth to be the center of the universe. Their measurements have been enormously refined, but the principle remains. Naturally, the theories we have might be considered wrong in the simplest sense of my English lit correspondent, but in a much truer and subtler sense, they need only be considered incomplete. Wow. Somebody emailed me that to read. I feel enlightened, not by any phony god, but by my own intelligence. What was the point of this though? I guess it's the point that it's kind of a very, 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 very long-winded way of illustrating a false equivalency. So for instance, let's say that I say that I think that inside people, I think that we have organs. I think that we've got blood. I think that everything exists as it does, and I think that the brain communicates telepathically with the organs. So my brain sends electrical signals through the air to make my hands open and close and my arms to move around, right? That even though that would be wrong, it's not as wrong as saying that like the four humors or whatever, like we're all of us are comprised of four things. What was like the old Greek shit or whatever? I don't remember who was like the first guy to theorize medicine, but like all of our bodies are based off four fluids and keeping them in balance. That even though we're both wrong, one can be more wrong than the other. That there are degrees of wrongness and degrees of rightness. Earth, air, fire, water. No, it was like blood, water. Were they called the four humors, or am I making that up? Blood, yellow bile, black bile, and phlegm. Yeah, something like that. The theory is that, yeah, basically you just had to keep these things in balance, and then that's what made you healthy or whatever. Here's my favorite argument. This is my favorite argument of all time. If you're mad about the anthem being protested at sporting events, just don't do the anthem at sporting events. Just get it the fuck out. It's creepy as fuck, I think, to everybody that, or do you guys do it in your country? Like, it's just fucking weird. Like, people, you know what? I kind of want to, do you want me to go over Dave Rubin's video on this? It's so fucking stupid. Canada does it too? I don't know. It's just fucking weird to me. At every single sporting event, you have to put your hand over your fucking heart and worship your fucking country. That's so weird. I don't know, dude. God, this guy finds the perfect way. It kind of makes sense. You know how, you know how, like, let's say that you had like a ball and we filled it, maybe we filled it with like oil, right? Like from a car, some viscous kind of oily material, so it could like kind of move around, right? If you wanted to balance this on like a pencil or something, you would have to put it right in the middle, right? And you couldn't let it go on like either side, or else it would spill over, right? And it would take a position on some side of this, right? I think that Rubin, and being a spineless fuck who has no concrete form to his backbone, always finds the perfect way to saddle these issues. I mean, if you ignore the fact, let me put it this way. If you ignore the fact for like health reasons or whatever, it's because nobody's like really a picky eater, dude. When you say that you're a picky eater, you miss out on so many fucking foods. There's so many awesome foods that I guarantee you that you would like. Donations are playing through your mic only? Oh shit, I'm sorry. It's because I turned the audio off. If you're like a picky eater, you're missing out on like so much. Like there's food that you would like if you tried it. I promise you. I swear to God. Everybody has that person that's like, I hate onions, dude. But like if you sneak it in their food, they don't know, right? Or like I can't eat mushrooms, but if it's like chopped up and they don't notice it, they'll eat it and they'll say it was good. I don't know why everybody brings up seafood. I just don't like it. I mean, but I try it. I'll try anything at least once. I don't understand. This is like really autistic. You should try new foods. Like just try it. Like don't go into it thinking that like you'll hate it before you try it. Like just try a new food. I feel like people that are literally only eat like one fucking thing, like Nathan sometimes only wants to eat like cheeseburgers or fucking chicken tenders or whatever. Like there are foods that like if you try it, I don't know. I think, yeah, I don't know. I think that being like really picky about your food is like an objectively bad thing. It just seems like really bad. Don't worry, he'll outgrow it. I don't know if people really outgrow being picky or not. I think you've got to make an effort to do it. Being picky isn't bad. Everyone who has a good diet is somewhat picky. Being picky also means you won't eat disgusting shit like boar intestine spam and pineapple pizza. Nice meme, dude. As long as you don't view every quirk of Nathan's as really bad. I don't buy that shit. I don't buy that like, oh, this is just a quirk. There's some things that are just quirks. It's just part of your I think you can edit anything out of a person's personality if you try hard enough. And I don't think that being a picky eater that won't eat anything besides like your certain meal, I don't think that's a quirk that should be respected. I think that you should beat the fuck out of somebody. It's a really, really, really negative trait. And doing it when they're children is easiest. I don't agree that that's like some quirk that should be respected. I think that's something that you should work really hard to make sure that they don't hold on to that growing up. Like, that's why I know my kid will never be. I'm just kidding. I don't need that clip. Yeah. You can just donate $5 and it shows up. You know that, right?
I got into an argument where I made the point I believe it to be an objective bad. I got shit on for thinking this because the counter was people who don't eat foods they don't like makes them happy. I just mean from the word objective bad, there's no way.
So the problem is like we kind of have to construct like an entire like philosophy on life, but we don't actually have to do all that work because I can give you examples that the other person would agree with, and then you could make the same argument for foods, right? So their argument would go something like this, okay? There's no way wait, I just mean from the word objective bad, there's no way
it to be a positive thing.
So listen, okay? Let's say that, like, here's what I believe, okay? I fundamentally believe this, that a person might like this food, but any person given sufficient, like, access to food and the motivation to try it can like at least like this much food, right? Now, I don't expect every single person to like everything, but like as somebody, when I grew up, right, I didn't eat any vegetables. I didn't eat fucking any fruits or fucking anything. I didn't eat anything, okay? I literally just like fucking hamburgers, right? That was it. I didn't even like fucking cheese on my hamburgers. Definitely no ketchup, onion, or anything, right? That given the will, the desire, the motivation, and the open-mindedness to try food, that I believe that most people will like some assortment of fruits and vegetables, some assortment of meats and proteins, some assortment of carbs, breads, rices, noodles, that you just have to try them with an open mind, okay? I think that most people are capable of this. So if you have somebody that's stuck doing this one thing, and you just know that if they were to just try new fucking shit, they will find stuff they like. So even if they say that they're happy here, right, you can push them and you can say like, yo, like, dude, you would be so much better off, not even from a health point of view, but from a happiness point of view, you would be better off if you branched out and try more shit, right? You would never make the same argument to somebody doing something like, let's say that you've got somebody that likes, I don't know, like smoking or whatever. Like, just because something makes you happy doesn't necessarily mean it's a good thing. Or maybe smoking is bad because you could argue that smoking is like objectively bad for your health. I don't know, like if you know that somebody can do something that will make them happier just because they're currently happy isn't an argument against doing anything ever. Like, I don't know.
It's okay if you won't spoil Nathan. Random people who serve your food will.
Why do you care if someone is happy and eating their chicken and not bothering anyone else? Oh, I don't give a fuck. Do what the fuck you want. I'm just talking in regards to being a parent and in regards to like for self-improvement, right?
4 years of watching you clappa.
Thanks, buddy. Kind of like being shy. Like, if you're shy, like, that's fine. You can go ahead and be shy, but I'm never going to let my kid grow up to be fucking shy. Yeah, you can make the same thing for games, books, shows, movies. Yeah, sure. Sexuality. Anything, dude. Just open your mind, dude. Let the ethers in. Holy shit, dude. Do you think you can report somebody for meme jacking? Dude, this is fucking savage. Holy fuck.
Do you know what I ordered yet?
Thanks for derailing the conversation about Rubin and Anthem memes, you picky eaters. Fuck.
Sure, give me a second. Oh, I was just trying to say that Rubin, I was going on a roundabout way to say that Rubin is a spineless cuck that somehow manages to perfectly find, like, the fence-sitting issue on everything.
I ordered keto chocolate.
You know, that sounds like the type of diet that I would be on, but it would involve having you because you're the key to my heart. Yeah.
Wendy!
Do I get a copyright on the keep it on the let it hang meme? I'm pretty sure this is literally my meme. I hate this guy.
Football.
God, he's such a fucking cuck. Look at how he grew his facial hair out so he could look more cucky. Everybody with facial hair is a cuck, by the way. Ah, fuck.
Football season is upon us, and apparently that means it's time to talk politics. I really wish that we could separate sports and politics, or pretty much everything in politics, but
So,
somehow...
let's listen to this whole little 30-second spiel. God, this is so fucking stupid. I'm sorry.
Football season is upon us, and apparently that means it's time to talk politics. I really wish that we could separate sports and politics, or pretty much everything in politics, but somehow politics has infected every facet of American life.
So, depending on the political issue you're talking about, politics does infect every issue of your life. I hate it that this little fucking spoiled ass little fucking cuck fuckboy. Hold on.
So what should I say when I believe being a picky eater is an objective bad? And people disagree? Wouldn't that objective bad become a subjective bad? I just thinking objectively there is no positive to being picky. You are limiting yourself, and from a globa. I'm just arguing against a group of friends anyway.
Yeah,
Thanks for hearing me out. Enjoy the cash.
You're cutting yourself off from, like, I don't know, from greater enjoyment, from opening your life and exploring new and awesome things, I guess. Like, is what I would say. That's kind of objectively bad, no?
So, I know you were referring to food when you said you will try anything once. But would you ever try pegging? Anyone who thinks it makes you gay is really homophobic. And apparently it's quite pleasurable.
Sure thing, dude. Whatever makes you happy, buddy. Okay. Let's start over, I guess. Let me listen. I gotta remember what he said now. Hold on. Oh, hold on.
Shut up, you pick eaters. Fuck. Nobody cares. Fuck off already.
Football season is upon us, and apparently that means it's time to talk politics. I really wish that we could separate sports and politics, or pretty much everything in politics, but somehow politics has infected every facet of American life. Inserting politics into virtually everything we consume strikes me as a really bad sign as to what direction this country is heading.
Okay, so the problem with Dave Rubin here, okay, the problem is that he has this like definition of politics where politics is just some ethereal thing that we get on the internet and discuss. I think that it's actually like really, really, really crazy. The way that he phrases it here gives such an amazing insight into how absolutely fucking detached from reality this spoiled little fuckboy is from everything. Is when you have some guy who is literally like, dude, why are you gonna talk politics all the time? Like, god damn, dude, like it's just like, God, I just want to break from it. Like, yeah, and I mean, like, when you, depending on like what political issue you're talking about, there are people that would like a break from it as well, but it literally encompasses their entire lives, right? If you've got people who are protesting over something like maybe the right to get an abortion, right? It must be nice for you to say like, man, I really wish that I could just get a break from hearing about this abortion issue all the time. Well, for some people, like, these are massive decisions that impact their entire fucking lives, right? Or when we're talking about like BLM related shit, right? If we're talking about like the status of like black people in America, I mean, like, how absolutely much like a fucking baby do you have to sound like, man, dude, can you just shut the fuck up? I just want to watch sports. I don't want to have to think about this thing. Like, yeah, it must be nice that as a white dude you can take a step back and never have to fucking worry about these issues that will never ever 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 impact you. But like, dude, like, have a little bit of fucking perspective. Holy shit, what an idiotic fucking way to open this video. Like, man, I just want to watch sports to get away from black issues. Like, can't they just fuck off, dudes? Like, god damn.
In this country is heading. This isn't to deny the feelings of the players who take the knee, but it is to acknowledge why people watch sports in the first place. People turn to sports, video games, and other entertainment to escape politics and the cold, hard realities of life.
Then go fucking play a fucking video game or go jerk off in a fucking corner. If you want to interact with somebody, if you want to interact with a community of people, if those people feel like they have like massive fucking problems that impact them on a daily basis, right? If you're black in America, there's not really much you can do to like not be black for a day. Or I guess you could, maybe if you inject yourself. Some guy wrote a book about it or whatever. But like, Jesus Christ, like what a tasteless fucking statement, you know? Like you go to watch a bunch of dudes like play sports and like all they do is kneel during the national anthem. You're like, guys, listen, all right? Hey, boy, get up and run around, boy. I don't want to watch this right now, okay? Just for one day, I don't want to hear about your issues, boy. Can you go run that ball up and down the field? I really want to watch you play, boy. Like, god damn, dude, are you fucking serious right now? Holy shit. Like, I could understand maybe if they're like marching back and forth on the field saying like, bring Marxism to America or hail libertarianism or make it socialist utopia or whatever. Like, I can understand if they're doing that shit, but god damn, dude, just taking a knee during the national anthem for like black related shit. Like, come on, dog. Like, this idea that like, oh, politics is everywhere. Damn. Now imagine if you had to actually live through the issues that they were fucking dealing with. Like, you want to talk about the privilege issue? It's so fucking funny how asinine this statement is, right? Where he's like, listen, guys, okay? Politics is so hard, and all I want to do is watch a goddamn football game, and I can't even do it. I can't even watch football anymore without them taking a knee. I can't even watch football anymore. And I can't, because when I turn it on, I swear to fucking God, I can see on the 4 pixels on my 27,000-inch plasma screen TV, LCD screen TV, I could see them down there. I could see them taking a fucking knee, and God, it bothers me so much. These are the same people that are like, listen, dude, so what if being black is hard? Get over it. So what if being poor is hard? Get over it. So what if being born to fucking single family household is difficult? Like, get over it. So what if you don't have any job opportunities? So what if fucking cops treat you wrong? Just don't fucking do something to get their attention. So what, right? These are the people that for your whole lives tell you to pull yourselves up by your bootstraps. Don't beg for handouts from the government. Grow the fuck up and figure shit out. And he can't handle watching somebody kneel during the national anthem in a football game? This is your line? This is what breaks you? And you think you have the right to tell anybody else to overcome their circumstances where you're almost in fucking tears like a little fucking crybaby bitch because somebody takes the knee during the national anthem? Are you fucking kidding me? This is your breaking point? sorry, the opening to this is like hypocritical and stupid in like 15 different ways. Like, you could make like a 24-hour fucking dialogue on just how fucking stupid it is for a white guy to sit here and say, can you stop crying about your blackness for 1 fucking second so I can watch a football game? Like, holy shit, how fucking stupid do you have to be to open the video like this? Oh my God.
Now it seems that everywhere you turn, politics has reared its ugly head.
Imagine if you were a person that was impacted by this. Imagine a type 1 diabetic, right, taking a knee for the national anthem because they were mad that the ACA was there was a threat to repeal it, right? And you're talking to like a type 1 diabetic, like, dude, all you do is complain about your health care. Can you just not? For 1 second, okay? Oh, I'm sorry. Can you not see me because your eyes are like fucking like barely function and you're only 25 years old? Like, oh, I'm sorry. Come a little bit closer. Oh, now you can see me. Yeah. Listen, can you just not complain so much? Like, okay, I just want to watch the game, dude. Like, just chill. It's cool. You've got your issues. I've got mine. It's just politics, dog. Like, it's not just politics depending on who you are. Like, it's just politics to you because you're a spoiled little fucking baby who makes a living doing fucking YouTube videos. But to a lot of people, these are issues that have very real impacts, very real implications to their daily life, right? To some of these people, the issues of how police officers treat black people or how taxes are structured or what the welfare state is like or how immigration goes, right? These issues are affect more in their lives than just determining what they have to write on fucking Twitter this morning or what the material for their video is going to be at or how they're going to find some way to sit on the fence in an impossibly fucking ridiculous way on the next fucking, dialogue that they record for their fucking YouTube channel that makes them hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, holy shit, dude.
If you don't take a side and scream about it, or at least tweet about it, then you'll be tossed in as racist or as anti-American, depending on who's leveling the charge. When our momentary escapes from reality, like sports, are taken away from us in exchange for more political bickering.
Oh my God, I just want to watch football. I can't escape from the harsh realities of being white in America and politics. People call me names on the internet. Oh no. Here I am. I fucking charged $20,000 for publicity views, and I gotta watch football. Now the guy's taking a knee. I can't deal. I can't deal with it.
We should all take a step back and assess what's really going on here. All right, so let's start with Trump. Trump kicked this whole controversy off on Friday night at a speech in Alabama where he said that NFL owners should get rid of players who don't stand for the national anthem. He said, and I quote, "Get that son of a bitch off the field right now. He's fired. He's fired," end quote. Now, let me be 100% crystal clear here. Calling a football player or any other citizen a son of a bitch under any circumstances is not the type of language that I'd like to hear from the highest office in the land. As a free speech supporter, I do have major concerns about the chill factor around free speech when the president makes comments like this. Personally, I'd much rather have a president who could share his own personal beliefs on the matter while still affirming the right of every citizen to protest, while also acknowledging that private companies can tend to their employees however they see fit. That's how this exchange is supposed to work.
Oh no! Where was this tweet? What was the tweet for Obama's quote? What did he just say? Let's listen to this one more time.
The chill factor around free speech when the president makes comments like this. Personally, I'd much rather have a president who could share his own personal beliefs on the matter while still affirming the right of every citizen to protest, while also acknowledging that private companies can tend to their employees however they see fit.
There are going to be a lot of folks who do stuff we don't agree with, but as long as they're doing it within the law, then we can voice our opinion objecting to it. But it's also their right. Obama said during a CNN town hall event last September, not long after Kaepernick first knelt. Obama did not call for the NFL to fire or suspend any of its players for the incident. Instead, he encouraged onlookers to think about why Kaepernick was taking action. I want Mr. Kaepernick and others who are on a knee. I want them to listen to the pain that may have caused someone who, for example, had a spouse or a child who was killed in combat and why it hurts them to see somebody not standing. But I also want people to think about the pain he may be expressing about somebody who's also lost a loved one that they think was unfairly shot, Obama said.
That's how this exchange is supposed to work in a free society. The president can say whatever he wants, the football players can do whatever they want, the teams can respond as they see fit, And you, the viewer, can use your voice to share your feelings on all of it. So again, to be clear here, even if Trump isn't saying or tweeting statements just as I'd like him to, he does have the exact same right to free speech the rest of us have.
The problem isn't Trump's right to free speech here. What a retarded fucking straw man. The problem is that the president is uttering thoughts that seem to run contrary to freedom of speech in America. And it's not the first time that he's done it. President Trump suggested that people should lose their citizenship for burning the flag. This is a tweet that he made shortly after he was nominated for president. He said that flag burners should have their citizenship revoked. Nobody should be allowed to burn the American flag. If they do, there must be consequences, perhaps loss of citizenship or a year in jail, right? This is a problem because the Supreme Court, flag burning. We can look up the fucking case, Texas versus Johnson. The Supreme Court has already decided that this is something that is protected by the First Amendment. Why is our president tweeting stuff that runs contrary to the Supreme Court? Why is the president making a comment at all that seems to run contrary to what freedom of speech is about in the America, like the right to burn the flag or the right to protest the national anthem? It's not an issue of whether or not Trump is allowed to say something. Trump can have whatever fucking retarded opinion he wants. Who the fuck cares? The problem is just that when our president is saying things that come across as being very un-American, it's kind of fucking weird, and it makes some people uncomfortable. If some random dude on the street said, I love Russia, in my opinion, it's the best fucking country in the world, then whatever. It's your right to say it, freedom of speech. If our president said the same thing, it would be a little bit fucking weird. So it's kind of disingenuous that he tries to frame this as, people are attacking Trump's freedom of speech here. It comes off as a little bit fucking retarded.
Now, if he tried to instruct federal agencies to punish players or football teams for exercising their right to free speech, we would have an illegal act and most likely an impeachable offense. As far as I can see, he didn't do that, though he did intentionally inflame the situation by getting as close to seeming to use government authority to silence people without quite doing so.
God damn, this is just the perfect fence-sitting position. Like, what did Trump say? They should be fired. The NFL should fire him. I know those guys will fire. Well, Trump didn't actually direct anybody. He didn't actually direct anybody or use a federal agency to tell anybody. He didn't actually do that. Like, oh my God, dude, the fence post is like coming out of his fucking mouth.
Understanding that Trump said something but didn't sign an executive action on it is an important distinction, though, because words are not action even when those words are uttered by the President of the United States. And it's worth mentioning that these protests did start under President Obama, so while Trump has added fuel to the fire...
How do we... And we still find a way. We still find a way to blame Obama. How do we do it? How do we do it? I'm surprised he didn't find a way to fucking bring up Hillary Clinton. I'm surprised that Hillary doesn't get fucking thrown in here somehow. What the fuck?
Seeds of these protests had already been planted.
Back when Obama was patrolling the streets in Unit 742, the K-9 squad in New York City, when Obama was locking up blacks left and right.
Now on to the players. It is 100% within the players' right to exercise their free speech as they see fit. While I personally would never kneel during the national anthem, it is completely within their right to do so. And for those of you who think that kneeling during the national anthem is un-American or not the players' right, imagine for a moment what kind of country you'd be living in if people couldn't protest peacefully. You may think that these players are misguided or that they're mistaken, but imagine the society we'd be living in if the government could force people to stand for the national anthem. What else could the government force us to do against our will once we've given it that much power? Of course, the players exercising their right to free speech must understand that their actions might have consequences as well. This is the implicit exchange we all must make to live in a truly free society. NFL teams can fine or suspend players as they see fit, and nobody has the inherent right to play in the NFL. By the way, nobody has an inherent right to work at Google either, but I didn't see many of the people who are standing up for the players now also stand up for fired Google engineer James Damore when he voiced his opinion on Google's diversity program.
Oh, I love it. I love the false equivalency. How does this guy make a living doing this shit? The problem with Google isn't the same as the problem with the NFL. If the NFL just fired a player, then that would be the same. If the NFL fired a player for protesting during the national anthem, then that would be the same. The problem with the NFL shit is that the President of the United States has made a statement on it. The President of the United States didn't make a statement saying that the employee should be fired from Google. If he did, he probably wouldn't be criticized by the left, but hopefully the right would come under, Trump would come under fire from them, right? Like, it's not the same. They're totally different situations.
Interestingly, Damore was fired for doing exactly what the company had asked him to do.
It does, according to Destiny. He's appealing to the fact that the Supreme Court decision is fact. Would he say the same about decisions he disagrees with? Yep. If I was the president of the United States, you know what I wouldn't be saying? I wouldn't be saying shit like, you know what I wouldn't say if I was president of the United States and the Supreme Court decided that abortion was okay? Something that I'm morally opposed to? You know what I wouldn't say? Hold on, let me try to think of like the perfect line. Something that I absolutely would not say if I was president of the United States and I was morally opposed to abortion, like I am. I'm trying to think of something. Let me think of something real quick that I wouldn't say.
And Donald Trump.
Should the woman be punished for having an abortion?
Look,
this is not something you can dodge. If you say abortion is a crime or abortion is murder, you have to deal with it under the law. Should abortion be punished?
Well, people in certain parts of the Republican Party and conservative Republicans would say yes, they should be punished.
How about you?
I would say that it's a very serious problem, and it's a problem that we have to decide on. It's very hard.
But you're for banning it.
Are you going to say, well, wait, are you going to say put them in jail? Is that
well,
the
no, what I'm
punishment
asking
you're talking
you,
about?
because you say you want to ban it. What's that mean?
I am pro-life, yes.
What is ban? How do you ban abortion? How do you actually do it?
Well, you know, you'll go back to a position like they had where people will perhaps go to illegal places.
Yeah.
But you have to ban it.
You ban it and they go to somebody who flunked out of medical school.
Are you Catholic?
Yes, I think
And how do you feel about the Catholic Church's position?
I accept the teaching authority of my church on moral issues.
But do you know their position on abortion?
Yes, I do.
And do you concur with that position?
I concur with their moral position, but legally I get to the question. Here's my problem with it.
No, but let me ask you, but what do you say about
It's not funny.
Your church? Yeah, it's really not a funny thing. What do you say about your church? They're very, very strong.
They're allowed to, but the churches make their moral judgments, but you running for president of the United States will be chief executive of the United States. Do you believe believe in punishment for abortion? Yes or no, as a principle?
The answer is that there has to be some form of punishment.
For the woman?
Yeah, there has to be some form.
Yeah, I guess that's probably something that I probably wouldn't say if I was president of the United States. Maybe it would be something along the lines of, I really don't like abortion, guys, and I really hope that we can work towards a United States where we empower women to make responsible choices about their bodies that make it so we never have to worry about abortion in the first place. Maybe we encourage less abstinence-only, autism, Palin-esque education about sex-related issues and reproduction and all that shit. Maybe we do more with contraceptives. It would probably be something like that. It probably wouldn't be something like this, where maybe we should punish women for having abortions, right?
Attend a diversity course and then share his opinion on it. So to recap, Trump can say what he wants as long as he doesn't use his government influence to silence people. Players can do what they want knowing that there could be repercussions, and teams can deal with the players however they see fit. All right, so now on to you, the public. If football fans don't want to buy tickets or watch games because of the protests, well, then at the end of the day, even the great American pastime of football is just a business. Owners and management have the right and actually the duty to do what's best for their business.
No one
If
disagrees
nobody's buying
with this.
tickets, watching the games on TV, or buying merchandise,
this.
then there will be nobody to
see the protests.
Who are you talking
to right now? Who are you talking to that says we're not allowed to boycott the NFL? Who's saying that we're not allowed to not watch the NFL?
Place. This is actually the beauty of capitalism. Everyone from the president to the owners to the players to the fans all have the.
We're really gonna hammer home this argument that nobody is arguing against. Go ahead, dude. Wow.
Ability to exercise their speech as they see fit.
Oh my
and if
God.
their speech isn't enough to make a dent in a cause they believe in, then they can still support a cause or not with their hard-earned dollars.
Beautiful.
This is freedom actually working right in front of our eyes.
Oh my! Even more. Oh yeah, the market. Are we gonna get a marketplace? Hold on. Are we gonna get a marketplace of ideas in here, guys? Are we gonna get it? I'm ready for it.
The media is making it seem like this is the end.
Hold on, I gotta turn off closed captions. I don't want to get spoiled.
Come
on. Wait, invisible hand or marketplace of ideas? Please, Rubin. I'm right on the fucking edge, dude. Push me over.
Stand with Colin Kaepernick and the other players, then feel free to boycott the NFL. If you don't like the American flag being disrespected by the players, then boycott the NFL. I'd rather just watch some football, or in my case, basketball, but you have the capacity and actually the right to do whatever you want. To be very clear, again, I 100% stand by these players doing whatever they want to protest or not, if that's what their conscience tells them to do. I also stand by their employers to do what they feel is right for their business, even if I don't agree with it, and I do not want the government to pass any law which would impede on the rights of the players or any sports organization. This position doesn't deny anyone's grievances or feelings. It actually maximizes personal responsibility, which is the cornerstone of a free society. Like I said before, while I'd love politics out of sports and sports out of politics, it now seems that our president and our media isn't going to let that happen anytime soon. I basically never watch SportsCenter anymore because it's an endless blotter of crime stories and politics with some game highlights tossed in for good measure. What those of us who want to respect our fellow citizens and the law can do is to discuss the situation within the framework of what it truly means to be free. Nobody has been fired because of their speech, although Kaepernick does remain a free agent, which goes back to that consequences thing. No law has been passed to actually silence anyone, and we all have an equal chance to have our opinion heard. While many would point only to the evils of our political system, this story is actually showing the strength of our democracy. Don't like Trump's statements? Don't vote for him. Don't like the players who sat for the anthem? Don't buy their jersey. Sick of the whole damn thing? Find something better to do than drink beer and watch football on a Sunday. All of the discussion and debate around kneeling for the anthem and honoring the country is healthy, as long as it doesn't turn into violence and tyranny. Calmer heads can win this game as long as we stand for the principles of free speech and the right to a peaceful protest, even when we don't want to. The second we set aside our principles, we're just picking a political team and rooting for our side as if it were a football game. For now, though, I'll pass on picking a team and remain a free agent in the marketplace of ideas.
Oh, we got it! We got it right at the end! Oh, that snuck up on me.
Team and rooting for our side as if it were a football game. For now, though, I'll pass on picking a team and remain a free agent in the marketplace of ideas.
Perfect. A perfect ending. Thank you. That was awesome. It was so worth it. I'm glad we watched the end. I almost closed it too.
I just nut like a volcano gashigasm.
God, I fucking hate Dave Rubin. Fuck.
Shut up!
So you were just trying to help out a friend
Who was frightened?
who was scared of what was happening to her.
No
And when
evil
you're
intent.
scared, what?
There was no evil intent.
There was no evil intended, no malice.
live here.
Because you live here. When you live in a place and you love it like you do, you don't want nothing bad to happen. What?
It was an isolated.
Because it'll never happen again. It's an isolated incident. It's a one-shot deal.
Objection, Your Honor.
What?
He's leading the witness.
Sustained.
Give me a break. We're both lawyers.
Mr. Tully, you have any questions for this witness? Might have some bearing on this case.
Do I?
No, we've helped them out enough already.
No, Your Honor. You're a witness.
Wait, what'd they go to jail for? I thought this was in the first Ghostbusters. I forgot. Oh, okay. Did you watch the whole Dale Hansen video on stream? Did you send it to me? Was that this thing? I didn't watch it.
You mentioned the president. I am not
one of these people, Dale Hansen?
Going to engage on what the president did. I'm not going to engage on the absurdity that we just ran a clip where a player quotes the president of the United States and we felt we needed to bleep it. I mean, I'm not going to engage on the absurdity that the day after the president was inaugurated via his favorite form of communication, Twitter, he tweeted his resolute regard and support of peaceful protests, of which this is as peaceful as it gets. What I will engage on is what is actually happening. Because I can't walk past a television screen, news or sports, without seeing this on the bottom line. NFL players protest anthem. It is amazing to get a fact error in a 4-word headline. When people march, they are not protesting traffic. the players have been uniform that they are using the anthem as a vehicle to protest inequality, police brutality, and racial injustice. And this story by the president and others, many well before the president ever chimed in, has been hijacked to making it about
the troops.
Anthem, when in reality, the anthem was always just the vehicle. And I want to remind people how this went. Colin Kaepernick was sitting. He wasn't kneeling. He was sitting. Why did he start to kneel? Because he got with a Navy SEAL, Nate Boyer, talked with Nate Boyer. Nate Boyer, who sacrificed as much as anyone can for this country without giving their life or limb. Talked with him. Nate Boyer says he respects Cap and says, hey, it would sit better with us if you would kneel. Cap said, no problem. I can still get my point across. Every time Cap was asked about this, and any player I've heard asked about this, I have not heard one soundbite of a player being anti-military, of a player outwardly attacking the fundamentals of what this country is supposed to be. This is a protest about whether or not the country has fulfilled its promise of equal protection under the law to all of its citizenry. And that conversation is one no one wants to have. That conversation is uncomfortable for people. So people literally drape themselves in the flag.
Former 49ers quarterback.
Oh, fuck, dude. I don't like to circle jerk my own point of view. I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of people that agree with this point of view, right?
Colin Kaepernick takes a knee during the national anthem in San Francisco last year. We noticed, but very few players joined him. Not many players seem to care. He can't get a job in the NFL now, and very few have said much about that either. But the president says he wants that peaceful protest to stop. Says those players should be fired if they take a knee during the anthem, and calls those players a name I never thought I'd lived long enough to hear a president say, and now everybody cares. Donald Trump has said he supports a peaceful protest because it's an American right, but not this protest, and there's the problem. Any protest you don't agree with is a protest that should be stopped. Martin Luther King should have marched across a different bridge. Young black Americans should have gone to a different college and found a different lunch counter. And college kids in the 60s had no right to protest an immoral war. I served in the military during the Vietnam War, and my foot hurt too. But I served anyway. My best friend in high school was killed in Vietnam, and Carol Meyer will be 18 years old forever, and he did not die, so that you can decide who is a patriot and who loves America more. The young black athletes are not disrespecting America or the military by taking a knee during the anthem. They are respecting the best thing about America. It's a dog whistle to the racist among us to say otherwise. They and all of us should protest how black Americans are treated in this country. And if you don't think white privilege is a fact, you don't understand America. The comedian Chris Rock says it best. There's not a white man in America who would trade places with him, and he's rich. It has not gone unnoticed.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true, but...
that Trump has spoken out against the Mexicans who want to come to America for a better life, against the Muslims, and now against the black athlete. But he says nothing for days about the white man who marched under a Nazi flag in Charlottesville, except to remind us there were good people there. And when he finally tried to say the right thing, not one of them was called an SOB or should be fired. We have white men...
God, this is always my problem. And I know that if X Skills Me was here right now, he would be like, well, actually, there were 7 different times where Trump came out and he spoke out against the Charlottesville's protester, Destiny. So you're being this is hurting people in the middle like me, Destiny, or people that you're turning away when you try to say that Trump didn't say anything about Charlottesville. That's just not true, Destiny. Like, ugh.
In America who waved the Nazi flag and the Confederate flag, and he's concerned about taking a knee because it disrespects this flag. We use that flag to sell mattresses and beer. We wear it as a swimsuit. We wrap our bald heads in a flag bandana and stick it in our pants because we disrespect that flag every day. Maybe we all need to read the Constitution again. There has never been a better use of pen to paper. Our forefathers made freedom of speech the First Amendment. They listed 10, and not one of them says you have to stand during the anthem. And I think those men respected the country they fought for and founded a great deal more than the self-proclaimed patriots who are simply hypocrites because they want to deny the basic freedom of this great country, a country they supposedly value and cherish so much.
I don't know if it was clear what I was getting at earlier, but like the problem with some things that people protest is that these issues impact them like throughout their entire lives and they can never turn it off. So the idea that you're listening or barely seeing somebody protest it during like a brief moment of entertainment, that is too much for you to handle, just strikes me as being so ironic that, right? Did that come across earlier? That's what I was trying to get at. Sorry. We'll do our research day tomorrow, okay? This was supposed to be the really boring stream day, but I guess that'll be tomorrow. New 80 carry tier list. What are we researching? Basically what I'm going to go through is I'm going to go through the debate that I had with that guy, and I'm going to go through every single claim that I'm going to go through every single claim that he made, and I'm just going to read about the issues to see how much was correct and what was being misrepresented, or because he's brought up a lot of stuff that I just am totally ignorant about. I don't know much about the constitutional law and shit. No, that's a hard. Oh shit, our Ori is so fucking brave! You got her. Ward it! Spin, bitch! Get out of here. What was I saying? What were we just talking about? Oh, yes, I got to get my axes. Oh, yeah. Anyway, yeah. Constitutional law is hard because you've got to look up a shitload of Supreme Court of the United States trials. But we're not really talking about law. So, like, I'll be looking up things about, like, the preamble and whatnot. Somebody sent me an email that brought up a really good point about that. That almost completely destroys that guy's argument about everything having to do with that posterity shit. I read a decent bit about Hart-Celler. Fuck! Because I was talking. I read a decent bit about Hart-Celler, and by a decent bit, I mean, like, the wiki article. But, like, just from that, and then looking up, somebody linked a couple polls, he was almost completely lying about that entire thing, that it was some crazy subversive thing that was brought up, that nobody wanted at the time. Like, that was just a huge lie. So, like, I feel like if I just dig a little bit into a lot of stuff, that if I have at least even a surface level understanding, I feel like I can start to find some... Like, I was jerking off founding fathers. Yeah, but, like, the thing that I didn't consider, this is what somebody emailed me and brought up, the thing that I didn't consider is that if he wants to jerk off the preamble and say that in the preamble he was very clearly talking about our ancestry, that if he wants to take that position, then okay, but he's not talking about European ancestry at that point. He's talking about the British. There's no way that the founding fathers wanted to protect all European immigration. That very notion is absurd. It would have just been people from, like, the United Kingdom, and maybe Scottish people, and maybe if you try really hard, maybe you can get, like, Irish people in there because of, like, religious memes, Christianity maybe, but, like, it definitely wouldn't have been, like, white-born European people. If you buy a coal, that would be like breaking the social contract and a child will die. Oh shit. Is Dusty here? If Dusty's not here, I'm buying a coal, dude. If Dusty's here, I won't buy a coal just for him, I guess. What the? God damn, this dude is like fucking... He's max ranging this shit. Oh, fuck. I shouldn't have healed at all. Does he have his flash? He doesn't. He's got his Q though. Q him! Oh, maybe it was down. Oh, dude, look, I've got the perfect amount of gold for it. I'm sorry, I'm getting it. You realize that Cole and Draven gives you less money? Wait, how? It's different for other 80 carries? What? Why not a second Doran's blade? That sounds hella cucky. What? Actually, that sounds sick as fuck, dude. Nah, never mind. Jax is top. Oh, you hear them talk at each other. Dude, has he missed a single hook? Oh my god. Blitz, what do you... Damn, this Jax is like fucking everywhere he needs to be. That was a good kill for me though. I don't give a fuck. Oh no. You get one max skill set, you get attacks. If you get attack speed instead of more damage, you get A, more stacks, or B, a higher chance of landing a kill. A higher chance of landing a kill? How many times is like 3 AD gonna be the difference between landing a kill or not, right? If I get like another, like a longsword instead of a Cole, it's literally 3 attack damage. I don't know, dude. Why are you hooking mobile support? Chill, don't make fun of my Blitz. This guy is a fucking god. You fucking shit-ass fucking spider bitch. Don't say shit to my support. This is pretty cocky. Cuckity, 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 Can we?
Is this why Trump doesn't watch Game of Thrones? Because Jon Snow bends the knee.
Another one! Look at him! He's waiting for it because he knows he can't fucking miss. What? Holy shit. This guy is a literal fucking god. What the fuck? I could deal with this dude at fucking Masters. He just puts the kills on a silver. Is this guy smurfing? I love eating ice cubes. Oh, but they're narcissists? Okay.
An ally has been slain.
Wait, how did he dash when he interrupted the dash? Did he double dash? Another one! Oh no, my blitz. I'm so sorry.
Has been slain. An ally has been slain. Enemy double kill.
And another set of kills.
An enemy has been slain.
I think that Jax could just dive me and kill me, actually. Maybe?
Enemy has been slain.
Fuck. I'm going for the boots this game, okay? It's a little bit greedy, boys. Wish me luck. I'm gonna hope that we don't get jumped on by the Jack so we can keep them at distance.
An ally has been slain.
Wait! No! I didn't see that we had an Aatrox. My bad. They have Nasus. I think Aatrox is worse. I think Aatrox is one of the most worthless champs in the game. I think he sits up there with Azir. I wasn't watching. For some reason, I thought our Ori was mid. I was happy that we had an Ori. Ah, man.
An ally has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
Aatrox is really good now? I'll believe it when I see it. I'm not seeing it this game. Considering he's like 1 in fucking 7. Oh, I'm sorry, 1 in 5. Oh, he is top. This fucking song. Nasus is top, Jax is up there as well. I'm pretty sure Rakan and Xayah will kill me 2v1. If Syria shows up, I'm definitely dead too. Oh, Syria's top. If Xayah's down here, she's not gonna fight me without Rakan. Oh, Rakan is top as well. Did I see 3 up there? I think I only saw 2. No, there's 3 up there. Okay, I can't do anything to the dog, I don't think. Oh, I should have ran up to check the red. It's too late now. At least go play mid. What the fuck? Oh, shit. Oh, Ori wants it. Ooh, at least got that shit. She's gonna be mad. That's a rage quit right there. Oh, at least actually held it. What a bro. Jesus. Same level as this guy. He's got a decent amount of armor and just a sheen. Oh, I should have put the blue in that bush. If Blitz wants to hang out down here, that's cool. I just wish he wouldn't show. Oh shit. What a god, dude. This Blitz is really, really, really good. Oh, Blitz shouldn't have come with me. Ah, that might have been a big mistake. If we lose mid in here, that's so not worth. I thought Blitz was going back. Oh, no, I didn't need your help. Oh, nice. Oh, no, I'm dead. I can't possibly win. Nice job. He stopped! He thought I was gonna... I shouldn't have even healed. That was my misplay, and he still died. What an idiot. Do, 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay. No fucking clue what's going on, but alright. I guess they were all up around top in our jungle. Oh, that was a sick Ori ult, and it doesn't matter.
Enemy rampage.
Aatrox is... What's your time to shine? I don't agree with him taking that, but okay. I don't know why you're following me trying to CS. Fuck it, let's do it. Don't judge me, Dusty. Fuck a GA. No, come on! Got her! No! Okay, nice. Look at that! Aatrox, my boy! Nice job, guys. Dun, dun, dun.
An enemy has been slain.
Nice job, guys. Do, do, do. Dun, 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 well, we're not doing boost. No, we are doing boosted shit. All planned. Shh. Fuck. Do 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 do. QSS GS, QSS GA or oh no. QSS GA or a Phantom Dancer or a Shiv. Oh, QSS for Rakan, probably. This map is hella dark, dude. Oh, I should be. Got 2 or 3 top. Why are you teleporting? What are you doing? Please tell me they're killing that guy for free. As long as I don't get killed for free. Fuck, that's what's... Dark map is so spooky. Oh god, he's checking it. Two top, one is Jax. Yo, this is a good collapse. Oh no. My boy Aatrox. My boy Aatrox, look at him, he's like a warrior! Dude, the Jax spin is like one of the lamest fucking spells in the game. Anything that gives you like invulnerability just feels so stupid to me. Like, oh, you can't hit me right now, by the way. That might be a game. Well, no, we pushed out mid really far. I thought he'd already used it up here too. This might be a game though. I don't know if I want GA. Like, if I have GA there, it doesn't do anything for me. What kind of damage am I dying to? Mixed. Oh no, we were doing the QSS thing. Just group? I don't know. Oh, we're just using 2 inhibs. Spells can still do that spin? That's cool, dude, but I'm an 80 carry, so... Ascender, 130 CS, 12 kills. I'm never finishing this item before this next fight. No, don't def that outer tower. Whoa, Jax is way down there. Oh, Blitz! I think we should have had an assist there. Let's go for a grab, dog. We need a Q. And even with QSS, it doesn't matter. What a horrible fucking game, dude. God, I hate Jax. One of ice cubes. Fuck. Sure, why not? Autist. Nice. Racism? Did he really say racist shit?
I still have his Discord link, yo. That's his Discord link. Yo, where the fucking Heartstuck Zion fucking Diamond 5 fucking come out of the fucking Oh my god, that guy fucking killed me. That guy killed me. I couldn't, I just wanted to play the game. I was so like hyped up, ready. I was like, alright, I got this. Easy Diamond 4. Oh, I think I'm in my promos for Diamond 4 right now. I am.
She's gonna come to World. She's gonna come to race. Yep, pull. Keep running, keep running.
Man, 1 second cooldown. Come on.
I know, I know. Alright. 300 until Ardens.
Am I hosting this guy? Oh no, I'm just curious. The guy said that he was being racist. Was he actually?
Looking for a hug.
Could have got me BF.
Oh shit.
He's gonna ball in. I'm coming too. We can win this. We're counting a flash, I'm coming.
Avec. Ooh.
Yo, Cinder come bot, Cinder come bot, Cinder come bot. Hey, you dodge that. I'm coming, you win that, dodge, you win that.
Ooh. Nice, nice. Lily's up.
Doesn't seem like anybody was raging.
She's hopping.
Oh.
I'm coming, Cinder. Cinder, back off. Cinder, back off. She's coming. She's coming for you. I'm coming too.
I'll just put that there. That's a good place. I hope.
Oriana flash now? Okay, she flashed.
I'm tagging the hook.
Yo, Oriana, I'm fucking. She's.
Yeah.
Flash? Yo, let's do this. We can do this. We can level. Do you have the flash? Cinder walk volley. Cinder walk like this. Cinder walk like this. Listen to me. Walk like that, man. Okay, let's stop pushing it. This is probably worded.
When was the triple Baron kill? What time was it in the game?
And 1 second cooldown. Come on.
I know.
I'm coming. No one will. Well, if he goes on you, I'll jump for you. Do this. Go over here.
I know Ardens.
Yeah, coming.
Awesome.
Oh, I remember this.
Zion.
Draven time.
Fucking go, dog, please, yo. 2 seconds.
Oh, sad day.
Hey Dusty, have you ever considered doing psychedelics like LSD or DMT?
Nope.
If you do, you should stream it for the memes.
Maybe.
Damn it, I should have eaten Nasus.
It's fine. Land your stuff. She's not fucking doing it. Bro, you're a fucking range, man. I need you to tank the tower and back off.
Oh shit.
Yeah, come here, move up, come here. Move. You can actually end the game right here. Go. Okay, fucking get the tower. Okay, get it. Stunner. Alter.
Backs are stopped. You got this.
Come to me. Hit her, man. Dog, I wanted you to hit her, man. Bro, you're a fucking range, man. I need you to tank the tower and back off. Get her now.
You can kill her.
Oh.
Syndra, you're such a troll, man. Syndra, you literally had an auto her, so you tank the tower. Back off.
Oh shit, nah, this just went bot and fed again.
Syndra, you didn't do what I said, man. You would've had the fucking next tower easily. I fish like this. Come here. Okay.
Let's just take Baron. Let's just take Baron.
Yeah, we're all in Discord.
We need aces, dude. You guys need to fucking stop hitting Baron. Come in yet. Turn on Elise, man. Turn on his rate.
I'm on to you.
Okay, go on Elise now. Go on Elise. Fucking Zayas is hitting the fucking Baron.
Me and Syndra were hitting the Baron. We were having fun with it.
There we go.
I'm so
TP!
I can't believe Aatrox canceled this. What a pussy.
Go on him.
Oh, he canceled.
It
was a troll!
Get this! Where's Zaya?
I'm right here, boy. We got this. Oh shit, fuck that!
Do it, you retard!
Don't worry, you got it.
No, I don't. Hit it, please. I'm gonna die, man. Tank it. Fucking dodge it, bro.
See, you got it, man.
Yo, dude, you're so fucking bad, dude. Zaya literally fucking got off it, bro. You're gonna die too now.
Oh shit!
You literally fucking got off it, dude. Rakan and Zaya, you literally had to auto it 2 more times, and that was 800 damage.
My autos do 20 damage.
This fucking Zaya is like beyond fucking garbage.
Alright.
Oh shit, dude. So Zaya isn't really the Rager at all. Oh no, we reported the wrong person. I don't think Zaya is raging at all. Just kind of playing down, or kind of like questionable decisions, but not. I mean, I might have backed off there. Zaya was really low on HP, right? She looked like she was gonna die if she sat near Baron. Baron does aura damage. If this guy's not posting 55% on Heimer, I think we're dodging this game. .54% Heimerdinger 1 trick. Platinum 1? But I've got a support brand. Oh, yes. Okay, if this guy doesn't have 55 plus on Kazakhs, we're dodging. 50%. Fuck. Okay, let's see a god tier Orianna mid or some sick ass fucking mid pick. Let's see something sick. No, Dusty. It might be the sickest mid pick in the world. He's a huge smurf. He's got a 95% win rate on. Oh, he's a Riven Lucian. Oh, he's gonna dodge then. He's gonna dodge. This is a 100% a dodge. If they don't dodge, then I'll dodge and we'll play more tomorrow, I guess. Because I'll be on a 30-minute timer. Oh, Cloud, we can play tomorrow, buddy. My support has a 29% win rate on brand. Come on, dude, you're dodging. You know you're dodging. You would really play this out? Are you fucking serious? Okay. Just play it out? No. That dodged, right? Please tell me that dodged. Oh, okay. Alright. Yeah, it's 30 minutes for me, but that game was a guaranteed loss. Trust me. Alright, I love you guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Stay safe, be careful. Cappuccino, puppuccino, mappuccino, my dudes. Try to queue, maybe he dodged right before you? I don't think so. Pretty sure that was me. Yeah, right. Check your shop for Draven skin. Wait, what shop? Your shop. Nope. 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 No. Is that the surfing one? Jesus Christ. Alright guys, have fun, be careful. Rip on. Into the ethers, my dudes. I feel like I should learn Twitch. We can play Zaya, Draven, and Tristana pretty well, and all those ADs are like pretty top tier right now, so that's good. What? Wait, what changed on Zaya? Can you guys link patch notes? I think we hosted a guy last time. Oh, Maya Wamu Shinderu. Sure thing, dude. You got it. Alright, I'm hosting this guy. We'll host 2 girls next time. Have fun, be careful. Rip your no cappuccino. Host worlds? Fuck off.